Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60andMe. Today's video is going to be a controversial one, and perhaps you clicked on it because it was controversial and it's something that you're passionate about. And I want to kind of present a different view about artificial intelligence, AI. Now, we did a survey on our YouTube community page, and I asked people what percent, I just asked the question, do you use AI, artificial intelligence? And I gave options, yes, I use it and I like it. I'm not sure of checking it out. Absolutely will never use it in my lifetime. And there were the options. And it was quite interesting to me what the reply was, because I live in a world of technology. I worked at Microsoft for almost 20 years. I've always been around technology, so I feel comfortable with artificial intelligence. I've said several times to people that I use it. I use it for research mostly, and for me, I see the long-term implications. I see the possible challenges and dangers, but for now, I use it like a search engine. And if you use Google or Bing or any of these search engines, Opera, you know that that's what you do use them for information. How do you do something? Where can I go to get this? A reference, shopping online. You use search engines all the time. And I think in my mind, I use artificial intelligence like the ChatGPT and other ones that I'll mention to you in that way. I use it for questioning. And when I was recently in the hospital, I actually asked quite a few times about what is this situation? How does this work? What should I be thinking about? What foods? I had, and they were simple questions like that. And I know a lot of people are using AI, artificial intelligence, for very complex tasks, and I understand the dark side of it, fake images and fake voices. There's a lot that AI can do, and it's a smart search engine. Google, when you search on Google, it comes up with websites. Where can I go to get this? And it come up with a number. What foods are good to eat for this situation? It'll come up with a website, and it will take you to the website, and then you can research. That's the model of search engines. If you check with AI, if you go to ChatGPT or Bard, or let's see, Trustpilot, there's something. Claude is the other one by Anthropic. There's maybe 3 or 4 that are the big players. They will tell you the answer, not refer you to a website. They will go to a website. Like, for example, ChatGPT, if you type in that question, they will go to Bing because they're affiliated with Microsoft, and they will pull the answer, but it won't be in the form of a link. It will be in the form of an answer. So for me, that works really well. That just suits my request for the information, not having to search through. And sometimes Google searches are very ad based, so they show you the links that they get ads for. So it's complicated. But the point with AI is that I think it can be your friend, and I think it also can be fun. Now, friend in the very, very loose sense. I'm not talking about friend like someone that that you get together with, that you love hanging out with. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about an acquaintance, someone that has information in their big brain that they can give you and share with you. Now, as you're watching this, some of you have probably already gone, and I get it. I know that, and I'm very conscious of the issues that are facing us with AI. We've all talked about these before, that there's going to be job losses. They're going to be taking over jobs that people, are doing currently. And there's going to be some economic impact and social impact. I think for a lot of women in our 60andMe community who, I'm just checking my lights here, because there's a funny light that I've got here. That's what I don't want that one. Go back to this one. Anyway, there's a lot of things that AI is doing that are going to infect our society and in fact impact our world, and I'm conscious of that. So I don't want you to be thinking I'm minimizing that. But on the other hand, change is scary in general sometimes. We've got changes all around us in different parts of our culture and world. Cars and technology, medicine, healthcare. It's all growing and evolving, and we have to evolve. This is my opinion. So let's talk about some of the things you can do. Okay, this is how I've used ChatGPT, and that's the one that for me is that I'm most familiar with and I feel most comfortable. It's free to use, and unless you want to upgrade to a higher, there's different levels, so you can upgrade if you want to, but the basic service is free, as are the others, like I mentioned, Bard and Claude, and there's many others. Maybe you are familiar with one that you use or that you have had exposure to. So what can you do? Well, you can do pictures. I mean, I have a lot of fun with an app called Ideogram. Now these, so the point about apps on your phone or apps on your computer is that they use artificial intelligence to operate. So there's an app called Ideogram.ai, and whole new, not .com anymore, .ai. And that is where you can do fun pictures. And so you can say, draw me a picture of a kitten in a floral field, wearing a pink bow in their hair. And they will create exactly what you've asked them to do. And, sometimes I play with that with, 60andMe, or just messing around with, experiments. And I love the idea of creating an image just based on what you have in your head, like the image that you want to see. So Ideogram, again, is free, and you can make really fun pictures with that. Another thing that I do quite often is like travel itineraries. Now, when I'm going on a train journey somewhere or on a trip somewhere, I would like to, know the hotels or the route I'm going to take. And, you can spend hours looking on different websites, different, airlines, different train companies, different group tours, and try to find, the perfect one for you. But I mean, I've used ChatGPT, where it just basically said, can you create me a personalized travel itinerary to see the 7 hill cities in Europe? And it will come back within, like, literally, I mean, I know this is part of the scary part, within minutes, seconds, the answer. Start in Rome, go to Prague, go to this, and then you can say, well, can you give me the train itineraries? 2 minutes, they're back with the train itineraries. Can you give me some names of budget hotels in, near the city center in all those 7 cities? And that will then come back with that. So, and you don't have to, it's not like it's saying you must use these, or this is even a recommendation because ChatGPT gets some ad revenue. It's just giving you information that they actually have found in different places. So travel itineraries are great. They do some other fun things like random recipes. Like you say, I've got these 5 ingredients in my cupboard right now. I'm missing some, I don't have any yeast, but I need to whatever. And then can you tell me kind of 3 meals that I can make with those 5 ingredients? And it will come back with random recipes. I mean, really, useful information if you've only got 5 things and the shops are shut, and what do I make with these 5 things? So random recipes is another thing. Language and communication is another thing. I mean, you can translate a conversation or something that you get in another language instantaneously. So language communication is super important. There's a really cool, I say really cool. So you're probably thinking, Margaret, what are you even talking about this for? But it's like it's called. I forget the name of the app now. But it's basically where you can speak in a different language. And I played with this, and I took a video of mine from YouTube, and I said, please translate this into German or to Spanish or whatever. And there I am. I'm talking in a different language. Now, for 60andMe, that could be super cool, because I could say, I've got literally probably thousands of women in South America who I know that are there because they've joined our Facebook group, and other places, who want to hear the YouTube, and you can do subtitles, of course, on YouTube, but they want to hear it in their language. I can share our 60andMe message about older women and aging and the beauty of all our challenges in another language instantaneously. So it can also be your virtual assistant. So you can say, schedule my appointment, or can you find some time to do this? Or, it can just be a friend. And I know when I used that word before, someone said, how can it possibly be a friend? Well, there are parts of the app where you can talk in a way that just says, I need some support today. And you can actually talk to ChatGPT on using your microphone on your phone. And I've done this with my grandchildren, where they ask a question and I just don't know the answer to it. We were looking at flowers the other day, and I was, Max said, what is this flower? And I said, I actually don't know. Let's send a picture to ChatGPT and see if they can tell us. And within 10 seconds, we knew what it was. In fact, it was really cool because there was one flower that was plastic. And it looked really, really lifelike. And so I said, well, let's see what this flower is. And the ChatGPT came back and said, this is a plastic flower. This is not a real, or silk, it's not a real flower, but I can tell from the shape that it is a hydrangea. It was so interesting, but it just goes to show the subtlety that you can get from this information. For me, it's exciting. And I know that you can do things like custom playlists for music and just find your preferences. in a very, very fast and easy way. And I'm going to show you one now, and you're going to go, oh, Margaret, what are you even showing us this for? Because it's like, but if you want to be a goddess, if you want to be beautiful, and you want to just play with your, who you are, your beauty. Beauty, as we know, as you age, gets a little rarefied and redefined, but you can do really fun things with this app called, well, there's many of them, but this one is called Lensa, Lensa. It's an app on your phone, and you can say it's got different styles, so 1970s, 90s, magical, hippie, all different kinds of categories. And so I asked it to do some pictures of me, and I just printed this because I thought it was really fun for you to see. Now this, me, this is me, okay? But these are the pictures that the Lensa app came up with, and look, they're not me. It's not at all me. I'm not saying that I'm beautiful like this, or that these are gorgeous outfits or whatever. I'm just saying this is what you can do, and it's fun. For goodness sake, I know there's all the dark side that is scary and, on your mind. But anyway, look at this. Can you see these? There's me. Okay, here's one more and one more. I don't know if you can see this. I know there's a bit of a glare on these. It's a glossy paper, but that's what that's what ChatGPT did for me, and I think it's kind of fun. Oh, not ChatGPT, Lensa, and I think it was $6 for like 30 different pictures, and then out of 30 you might find a couple that are kind of cute. But I like that dress, by the way. I thought it was really, really cool. So anyway, it's fun for me personally. I know I'm going to get a lot of heat in the comments, and that's okay. I totally get it. I know that there are many of you who are absolutely terrified of artificial intelligence and never want to see it in your life or anybody's life, and I get it. But we're here on 60andMe to show you different ways of looking at things and investigating the world as it is. And this is our world as it is, guys, whether you like it or not. It's just fun for me to share with you what is interesting to me. So let me know what you think. Careful with the comments, please. Let's just keep them nice and civil. You don't have to respond if you don't want to, but I just appreciate you just listening with me and trying new ideas, new things. Okay, take care, everybody. Have a fabulous day.